We are at Fort Soto Beach, which is in St. Petersburg, and I want to show you some host plant of another endangered butterfly right over here. There used to be a butterfly called the Miami blue, and it's also it's listed as endangered in Florida, and it's now being put onto the Endangered Species Act federally. However, it used to be documented all the way up through Hillsborough County, but this was like way back in the day, like maybe in the 1920s or so. But what's interesting is that the host plant for this butterfly is actually right here. If you can look up, this plant that shaking right here is called knickerbean, and it is the host plant for the Miami blue butterfly. Now you might ask yourself, why is that important? Who cares? Well, this butterfly is pretty much like this big. You can see my fingers, or sorry, this big. It's from wingtip to wingtip, so it has a really small wingspan. It's a really, really small butterfly, and it's kind of fast. So a lot of times you could see a certain butterfly and not even know what it is because it's small, it's hard to identify, and then there's other species that look very similar to it. So the only true way to actually know what butterfly it is by taking photos or actually capturing it, and then, well, you could kill it and then put it in a jar or pin it. Not recommended for an endangered butterfly. Or you can just take photos and try to identify the photos. If you actually look right here, Tangent, if you can get that.
Butterfly?
That is not the Miami blue. It's much bigger. It flew away, but the orange butterfly was actually the Gulf fritillary, which is relatively common. So that's the butterflies we're getting now. And as we walk over here, there's not many flowers, but they were feeding on this. I'm not 100% sure what this plant is. I think it might be called railroad vine of some sort, but it produces very pretty flowers, and it's a great nectar plant for the butterflies. Now, in a past video, I've talked about nectar plants and host plants. So a nectar plant will be for the adults. It's where the adult butterflies get their fuel, their food. While the knickerbean over there, if you can show them again, is a host plant, which is what the caterpillars feed on. So if you want to have, butterflies around, you want to have the host plants for them so they can feed on it, and then nectar plants. And for the Miami blue in particular, it needs knickerbean, which you can see is here. So this is kind of interesting because the Miami blue has not been seen in this area for a long time, but yet its host plant is here. So maybe hopefully in the future somebody or people will come out and do surveys and they might actually find a population here. That would be great for the species because it's considered endangered, and we would have another diverse population out here with different genetic makeup. You can breed them with the species in the Keys and try to enhance their population so that they don't go through genetic inbreeding and stuff and then go extinct.
All right, Jason. Well, thank you for your time. Another nature video will follow shortly.